A bunch of people made a lot of terrible mistakes, and we came and did what we could to get them out of a jam. I say, friend, if you hadn't screwed up, I wouldn't be here.
Best thing could happen to all of my people would they run into all of you. The whole secret of this business, I think, is to know your job as intimately and as interconnected as you possibly can.
Very important to know the enemy is fire and how the enemy spreads, convection, conduction, and radiation. And you got to know your battlefield. You're going to do battle on the fire ground, so you got to know the battlefield.
The premier position that the workers in this room have put this service in is that we are the most popular service, we're the most accepted service, and we're the most trusted service. We have 2 in and 2 out. I says because firefighters are worth saving.
His message was always to make a difference, to live life so that you were leaving a mark. This award shows our family that he truly made a difference.
If you've been in fires a lot, no matter how experienced you are, you got to have somebody on your shoulder telling you that, you know, they're backing you because you don't know. There are times when you say, hey, God, just get me through this, you know, I'll be a good boy, you know, I'll go to church on Sunday, I'm going to take care of everything. Get me through this.
It's a super thing, and I am very appreciative of this award. I would just like to leave one simple little message today, especially to the younger people. You can make a difference.
If my father were here this morning, he would remind us of the cold, hard fact that no leader is any greater than the men and women that he is called to lead.
To be able to work at an occupation which brings tremendous personal satisfaction and to enjoy the association with the marvelous people we have been privileged to work with makes firefighting enviable to those sentenced to much more mundane walks of life.
I think like most people that have these things happen to them, they realize that they really stand on the shoulders of people who have gone before them, people who have stand next to them, and people they admire.
You can travel around and you can preach the message of professionalism and safety and for what firefighters do for this country, then I think it's all worthwhile.
Somewhere in this room, there is someone that will be up here on this stage accepting this award in the future, because this is the group that is the leadership of the fire service.
I'd like to begin by expressing to each of you how honored and privileged I am to have been selected this year's recipient of the Tom Brennan Lifetime Achievement Award. Tommy's a gentleman who's done so much for this fire service, a person who I can call my friend. And to be associated with his legacy is a phenomenal point in my life.
Tom Brennan, Lifetime Achievement Award. I don't know how I even fit in that equation anywhere, but I'm truly, truly, truly humbled and honored. You'll be up here, somebody, one of you will be up here next year. Thank you.
And now to the Lifetime Achievement Award. Joining me on stage is Eileen Brennan, Tom's daughter. Thank you, Tom. Today I have an awesome responsibility. Very few people in my life have been as influential, motivational, or important to me, both personally and professionally, as my dear friend Jack Murphy. Now I'm going to start to cry. This morning we have an opportunity to recognize a true leader, a true patriot, and a true gentleman. This morning we also have the opportunity to say thank you to a man who has given far beyond what most would even consider reasonable and has done so cheerfully and willingly. We have a chance to say thank you to a man who has devoted himself to the safety of mankind and to his fellow firefighters throughout his entire career, without a thought to his personal space or personal needs. We have a chance to say thank you to a man of tremendous humility, unparalleled integrity, and immeasurable passion. I know our words will fall short in describing all that he has done, but we will try here this morning in our own humble way to recognize our dear friend's life, his contributions to the art and profession of firefighting. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Murphy was born into two noble professions. A third-generation firefighter, Jack is also a licensed educator, a skill that he has used throughout his entire fire service career. Jack brought to the fire service the skills that he learned as a teacher in Hoboken. He shared those skills with children, teaching Learn Not to Burn as the fire marshal in Leonia. He used his teaching skills to teach firefighters the importance of codes, inspections, and understanding building systems and building design in developing our tactical approach to structural firefighting. Jack understands that firefighting and teaching go hand in hand, and that our greatest legends in the fire service, including Jack, were both teachers and firefighters, two noble professions, indistinguishable from one another sometimes. Jack accomplished more in his life than we would ever have time to cover today. But if you'll allow me, I would like to take this time to just give you a very brief overview of a fraction of what Jack has accomplished. Jack is the principal in Jack J. Murphy & Associates, a consulting and fire life safety practice, code disaster analysis, fire code mitigation, emergency preparedness, building reconnaissance surveys, evacuations, and various other fire service-related programs. Jack was the director of life safety for Webb Band Fire Group in Foster City in California, where he was responsible for implementing safety policies for fire, occupational safety and health, for the Department of Transportation, and for regulatory compliance. Jack was the vice president of corporate global life for Citigroup in New York City, where he developed, published, revised corporate fire prevention, safety practices, emergency response standards, and provided technical expertise in domestic and international fire protection and crisis management. Jack Murphy was the safety director for the New York City Hospital Cornell Medical University Center in New York, where he was responsible for assessing, implementing, maintaining fire protection and life safety for 26 main campus buildings, 10 affiliated healthcare facilities, and 14,500 employees. Jack is a treasured and senior member of the Educational Editorial Advisory Board and a member of the Fire Engineering Senior Management member of the Educational Advisory Board for FDIC, where he's also served as our educational coordinator. Jack has been an adjunct lecturer for Keene University in New Jersey since 1991, where he lectured on code and fire enforcement, fire inspection techniques, and suppression. He's also an adjunct professor at the New Jersey Division of Fire Safety for the City of New York and John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Jack was the fire marshal and former deputy chief for Leonia, where he served from 1979 until 1997, a fire officer with more than 31 years of service. He currently serves New Jersey as the deputy coordinator for the Bergen region. He's the author of RICS, Rapid Incident Command System and Pre-Incident Planning, chapter for the Fire Engineering Handbook, Firefighter 1 and 2. Jack has received the following citations: the New Jersey State Fire Prevention and Protection Association Man of the Year in 1986, the Bergen County 200 Meritorious Citation, 1992, New York Hospital World Trade Center Response Meritorious Citation, 1993, Fire Department of New York Honorary Battalion Chief, 1997. New York, New Jersey Firemen's Association Distinguished Fire Service Award, 2001. Fire Safety Directors of New York City Distinguished Fire Service Award, 2005. Bergen County 200 Distinguished Club, 2007. Fire Department of New York Special Commendation. There were literally hundreds of fire service dignitaries who wanted to provide comments about Jack. Virtually every instructor here met through Jack. Every friendship, many of the friendships here were developed because of Jack. But here's a small sampling of what Jack's closest and dearest friends had to say about him. Jack's lifetime friend and FDNY legend, Lord Jim Ellison, had this to say about Jack. Jack Murphy has this warm Irish smile, along with his soft-spoken mannerism. He knows no limits when it comes to firefighting, fire protection, its training and exercise. Patience, along with vast knowledge of fire protection, is Jack's passion. Knowing Jack to meet someone you can trust completely, a true professional of the fire service and behind-the-scenes staff member at FDIC. Jack has contributed numerous articles to Fire Engineering magazine, and his lectures have nourished FDIC growth to where it is today. Jack represents the highest form of professionalism throughout the fire service. I am honored to call Jack Murphy both my friend and brother. Commissioner Sal Casano of the FDNY had this to say about Jack. There are few people more deserving of the FDIC Lifetime Achievement Award than Jack Murphy. Jack has spent his life in service to the firefighting community. He has helped to write the codes that keep us safe. He has worked as a fire inspector and fire safety director and changed future members of the fire service for the fire service. He is a tremendous advocate for the fire department and has been a true friend to the FDNY. Jack's partner in his relentless efforts to improve building safety, Sean DeCrane, a battalion chief with the Cleveland, Ohio Fire Department, had this to say about Jack. It is with great pleasure that I offer my deepest heartfelt congratulations to Jack on his well-deserved Lifetime Award. I have been collaborating with Jack for the past few years and have experienced many ups and downs throughout our efforts to improve the work of the environment for our brother firefighters. We experienced the ups. Jack is the first to distribute congratulations and accolades, preferring to share the success with others. When we have hit roadblocks, Jack was the first to pick up those around him by the bootstraps and offer them an encouraging word. It is fitting for an individual who always deflects praise to be recognized for his long-time contributions to the safety of other firefighters. Professor Glenn Corbett had this to say about Jack Murphy. I have known Jack Murphy for many years. He is an unwavering sentinel of fire safety, consistently advocating for significant improvements in national model building and fire codes. His specific efforts in the realm of strengthening modern high-rise fire protection regulations are legendary. Firefighters across America can be thankful for Jack having taken the lead in dealing with these prickly issues head-on. Jack is a consummate educator as well, freely sharing his knowledge with his students and colleagues. Chief Bob Moran had this to say about Jack. Jack Murphy has admirably committed his entire fire service career directly and indirectly to enhancing the safety of our nation's firefighters. He is an acknowledged leader, mentor, and international authority in this essential component of our daily operations. His unique ability to challenge firefighters to become better and safer at their jobs through formal education, personal counseling, fire service instruction, and in sharing his many years of hands-on fireground experience has enhanced the career of many fire service members. As an individual who has witnessed his years of incalculable and selfless contributions to the fire service personally, I have benefited from a strong individual relationship. I truly believe Jack's inclusion in this group of fire service legends is well-deserved. One of Jack's closest friends and mentor, Jim Murtaugh, had this to say about Jack. During our lifetime, each of us has had a chance to meet many different people who are a source of joy, information, and inspiration. Many of us also get to meet a few rare individuals who stand out above others. A person who always stays on your mind for the rest of your life. Jack Murphy is one of those rare, exceptional people. Of all the people I have met in the fire service, Jack is the most gifted. He possesses a rare talent that allows him to see the big picture and at the same time recognize minute critical events that can cause a system failure. It is our good fortune that Jack has been chosen to be a big part of the fire service and the fire protection community. I have seen him use his talent on many occasions, and I have always been awed by how he sees things that others hadn't and probably would have never thought of. Jack has devoted his life to us, the fire service and fire protection community. He has used his talents to have our national fire codes reflect our current advanced fire protection practices and life safety standards. If you want to know what it would take to become a Tom Brennan FDIC Lifetime Achievement Award winner, listen to the speakers at the FDIC conference and take note of the pride in their voices as they talk about Jack's history, his activities, and then project yourself into Jack's shoes. As you do this, you will begin to develop an understanding of the complexity of what Jack has accomplished. then consider this. Jack is the most down-to-earth, considerate, sincere, and friendly person that most of us will ever meet or ever have a chance to meet. Congratulations, Jack. Thanks for all that you do for us. You earned this award the hard way. Deputy Chief, FDNY, Jim Murtaugh, your friend. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I am honored now to introduce to you Jack Murphy, the 2012 Tom Brennan Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Murphy.
Yeah, I know. I want to let you know, I rehearsed this the other day, and Bob was up here, and the mic was up here. And I said, when I come up, would you please put the mic to my level? He went like this. And I said, maybe I should talk from here. With that said, Bob told me there's no crying in fire service. I am both humbled to be standing here today and honored to be amongst my peers. One cannot be at this junction in life without relationships who have made an impression upon you. Eileen, receiving this award in your father's name is a privilege. It was Tom who encouraged me to write in Jim Murtaugh's class. To the FDIC fire engineering family, the Indianapolis Fire Department, my old FDIC education group, and to my beloved friend, the late Steve Alk. As a team, there was nothing we could not accomplish in making this the greatest fire service conference in the world. Building a life starts with my mother, like Bob said, who was the foundation of principle and ethics, and my late father, the Silver Fox, the retired Hoboken fire captain who spent 31 years. To my wife, Florence, she supports my other passion. It is a passion to get out there and do this, and you love it. You just love it. She is the glory of the family, and I love her dearly. Thank you, Florence. To my daughter, Jill, your nurturing as a parent is a tribute to Mom. Along with her today is her husband, Brian, and to our two grandchildren, Kira and Aiden, back in Houston. Wow, a Jerseyite moved to Houston. And Poppy loves you. To my son, Joseph, your striving to be the best in your field makes me very proud. I can't wait to open your restaurant. To my other family members today, and like an Irish family, we have a lot. 3 of my 5 siblings, my sister Doreen, my sister Kathy, and my sister Joni. Love yous all. To Bob Pearson, my fire chief, who had the foresight early in my career to appoint me as fire marshal. And to the members of the Leonia Fire Department, I thank many of you who have worked with me in your unselfish acts, particularly the Bureau of Fire Prevention. To Deputy Chief Jim Murtaugh, in his graduate class, he made a very profound statement that has resounded throughout my career, and I quote, "The family of the fire service is more than the public perception of suppression units, its codes, prevention, public education, training, and the private sector." Chief Murtaugh is my mentor, and today I stand here as one of many firefighters he has encouraged with his brilliant, and I mean brilliant, insight into the aspects of current issues and future issues of this job. And today, Chief, I salute you. In one of the many books that I read beyond this job, a recent book I read was Medal of Honor, Portraits of Valor, Beyond the Call of Duty. One medal recipient was Lieutenant Jack H. Jacobs, a Vietnam vet, New Jersey native. Shortly into battle, shrapnel broke most of his facial bones. Assessing the situation at hand and realizing that if someone didn't act quickly, a phrase jumped into his head. With all this going around, you're thinking of a phrase. And here's what he said: "If I am not for myself, what am I? And if not now, when?" He turned to the battlefield, rescued 13 soldiers, all the time taking heavy heat from the enemy. Let me leave you with this point to ponder. The ancient Greeks, from Plato to Aristotle, learned to pass a mentoring torch. Life Chief Murtaugh and the reflections of Army Lieutenant Jacobs. When will you make a difference? Thank you. Be safe out there, and God bless.